Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mrs. Evans from Math with Mrs. Evans, where I answer all of your math questions. Today, I'm going to show you how to solve a division problem, but with decimals. So let's get started. Okay, so in this video, we are going to talk about dividing numbers with decimals, and we're going to do the standard algorithm. For this one, we're not going to do box method or anything crazy like that. We're going to go old school. So to start this question out, I'm going to read it, because make sure you are reading your word problems, because you're going to get something wrong. So it says, Kevin cut a wire into 6 equal pieces. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. The wire was originally 8.04 meters long. How long is each piece? So I highlighted here the information that we didn't know. Okay, so I have 8.04 meters long. So it was a certain length, okay? And then it was cut into 6 equal pieces. So when you think about this and you say, what goes under the house? Well, I don't know. So you need to make sure that you're thinking about what is being divided, what is being made smaller, okay? So I literally have a wire that is being made smaller. So what goes under in the house, as some people like to call it, is 8 4/100, or also known as 8.04. And then, I'm going to highlight that in blue. And then, what is it being divided by? What number? What is the equal part? Like, what is the grouping that it's going to go under? However you guys think about that, is what, how many pieces is being cut into. That is what is being divided by. So that is 6. Okay, so I'm going to go through this really slowly for you guys, because there's some people that aren't too confident about the division process, and that's okay. Sometimes I even have to remind myself of how that goes, even as someone that's teaching math. So that is totally fine. So we'll go over that. So to do that, I'm going to start with my 6 and the 8. So I'm going to say, well, how many times does 6 go into 8 without going over? And I know that 6 can go into 8 one time without going over. Okay. And I'm going to say, well, 1 times 6 is 6. Okay. And then I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to bring down. Okay. So there we go. That's my first rotation going through this. Now, a lot of people say, okay, well, what do I do with my decimal? Your decimal is just going to pop right up, right into where that's supposed to be. So you're just going to literally just pop your decimal up. You're not going to do anything too fancy. Like if you were multiplying with decimals, you're just going to put your decimal place in the same place relatively as you're working it out. Okay, so then I'm going to say, well, 6 goes into 20 how many times? And I'm going to go ahead and write this out here, because some people are going to be like, how'd you get that number? So I'm just going to write it out. So my multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. I'm just going to go up to that, because I'm not going to need any more past that. So 6 can go into 6 can go into 20 3 times, because I have 1, 2, 3, right? 3 times without going over 20, because if I go a fourth, I'm going to go to 24, I'm going to have too much. So I'm going to go 3 times to have 18. So I'm going to say, well, 6 goes into 20 3 times without going over. Okay, I'm going to say, well, 3 times 6 is 18, like I already wrote it on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract. And then I'm going to bring down. Okay, so I have 24. And thank God I already wrote out my numbers, right? So I have 6, 12, 18, 24. 6 goes into 24 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times evenly. So I write my 4 there. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract, and I have nothing to bring down, and I have no remainders. So my number is 1.34. 1 and 34/100. So I'm going to tell you this now. Take your time, learn how to do this. If you don't know how to divide it, that's okay. Practice it, because looking it up on the calculator is not going to help you in the long run. Okay, so make sure you're taking the time to write it out. Go slowly, watch the video more times if you need to. As you're doing the question, that is totally fine. If you guys want a video slowing down division just a little bit more, talking about the steps to division, drop it in the comments. I will do that for you guys. So hopefully this is all right with you guys. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing. Let me know if you need more help, and good luck.